Hi, I'm Aeon, and this is a video. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to more Geometry Dash. I did not expect to make this video. I said on my stream I'm not gonna make this video. I don't see a reason to why I should make a video, but I kept getting asked, hey Aeon, are you gonna try Arcturus? Or just make a video on Arcturus, the new recently released potential top 1 extreme demon, verified by UltracauaHD, a very, very talented Brazilian player. And initially I just replied to everyone, no, I don't really see myself playing Arcturus. I don't really have a reason to. It's not a level that really interests me in any way, shape, or form. But everyone and their mother kept asking me, Aeon, when are you gonna try Arcturus? Aeon, are you gonna make a video on Arcturus? So I guess I'm doing Arcturus video. It's just a top 1. I'm gonna be trying it out. I'm gonna check out whether or not the level is any good. I'm gonna give it a shot, see how I can do with the level, and give my honest thoughts and opinions on it, what I think about everything, and we're just gonna see what happens, really. My initial reaction to this level is that I feel like it's just a really, really hard challenge. I'm not gonna lie, I do have a hard time seeing this getting rated on any other premise other than the fact that it's a potential top 1 extreme. I would not be surprised if this does go unrated. While I do want Ultracaua's efforts to not be in vain, I do want to see him get recognition for his achievement, because this is truly a remarkable feat. This level looks insane to play. It has a lot of ship and a lot of wave parts that look absolutely insane to pull off. So I'm excited and interested to see how I will be able to do with this. Don't have any expectations, if I'm being completely honest with you. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna hop right into it. We're just gonna see anything. I also realized that I need to go grab the song, but that's besides the point. So yeah, if you're enjoying the content as of late, please hit that sub button. It would really mean a lot. Thank you so much for all the support recently. It means a lot. So yeah, let's hop into this and see what happens. I don't have anything else to say. Let's just try it out. All right, I got the song. Now we can go and play. No way. So from what I've heard, 0 to 43 is the first half is supposedly the hardest. So I'm excited to see how this pans out. Ooh, it's one of those neat little what do you even call them? I like to call them like shatter taps, because shatter was like the first level to like, or that I know that like first started utilizing them. I like the little glow things that go down. It doesn't look too bad. Looking at it up close makes it look a little bit better. I remember seeing Ultracaua's video on this, or the verification, initially it looked extremely dark and gloomy, and I did not like it that much because you could very barely tell what you were supposed to do. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, that little timing right there is kind of rough. So far, it doesn't seem too bad, though. I'm pretty sure, like, this first cube, it seems kind of hard, but it's not that bad, honestly. I feel like with time, that cube is going to be very, not free, but pretty easy. It doesn't feel that bad so far, but I think the thing that's going to make this level just stand out and be, like, borderline impossible is the fact that the ship parts and wave parts in this are the really, really hard shit. From what I've seen, yeah, as you can see, straight flies like this one, absolutely ridiculous. I like the little, like, giant mouth that's, like, kind of gaping, trying to be like, you know, a little chomper right there. Not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. It does add a little bit of atmosphere to it. How do you do that? Let's try and check this out in, slow motion. Okay. This does not feel consistent at all. Those trigger orbs are odd. I don't quite get them. Yeah, no, these orbs just do not make sense to me, like, whatsoever. I don't know how to feel about that. Those 3 trigger orbs just feel like they don't work properly. I don't know if it's just me clicking too slow or if they're just poor, just everything really. But I'm not one to speak on that, honestly. Okay, so this wave part, from what I can tell, seems wild, like just straight up wild. Because it doesn't look like, it looks like you have a lot of space, right? But you really don't. Yeah, as you can see, there are like, with the death pulse, you can see like other walls as well. So you really don't have a lot of space here. This wave doesn't seem so bad so far, honestly. Like, it's hard, don't get me wrong, this wave is really, really hard. There are some really awkward click patterns. But for what it's worth, I'm not sure how hard this part is, honestly. Like, it feels hard, but it doesn't feel that hard, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like a wave part that will probably get, like, very consistent with time. But because of the fact that there are walls there to, like, keep you up, this can be treated as a regular wave and just a really tight regular wave, I feel like. Because it doesn't seem like any of the two paths change, like, whatsoever. This wave part is extremely long, though. I will give it that much. Like, it takes up a lot of the level. And that looks like the end of it, yeah. Okay, so far, the wave seems to be a very, very difficult part. I feel like it starts to get hard around the 20 mark once you enter this wave, and it maintains into this mini wave as well. Because from what I've seen, this mini wave looks, yeah, kind of insane. So you just hold, you go 1, 2, hold, go down, click once again, and just hold, it looks like. So if we go slow motion here, and we go like so. Yeah. Wow, those are some really rough clicks. I don't know how to feel, though. Because, like, this just feels like a really, really hard wave challenge. Yeah, I feel like this mini wave is insane. Like, I don't know how I feel about the rest of the level. It's just, to me, from what I can tell so far, it's just a lot of the difficulty is within this mini wave. Like, a lot of it is the mini wave. Because from what I can tell, right, from just playing this, is just the first cube, honestly, not that hard. The next wave after, not that bad, except for like a couple awkward patterns for it. But this mini wave, man, this mini wave is insane. And from what I can tell as well from other people just playing the level, a lot of the difficulty in this level is definitely within the first mini wave. Because I've seen people do 43 to 100 already within the first day of the level, right? Yeah, like, oh boy. I can't tell anymore what I think about the difficulty of this. Because, like, on one end, this is crazy. Like, these are genuinely absurd timings, right? Like, this ship part... But then again, I've also heard that the mini wave and the ship are, like, the primary benefactors to the difficulty in this level, right? So it would make complete sense that those two parts would be the hardest. Keep also in mind that this level is extremely short, for what it's worth. It's like a very, very tiny level overall. So it's hard to compare, right? It's a short level relative to most other top extremes. And it being as short as it is definitely does contribute to the fact that the level might not be as hard as many other people think. Because the thing about short levels, right, is that while it sounds stupid, it's also like, for me at least, as a person who plays a lot of long levels, short levels to me don't really like, my nerves with them don't really kick in as much, so I have a much easier time to just stay cool with them. I know that's not the case for everyone, but I'm just talking about myself specifically here. It might be realistic to see someone beat this and not call it top 1, simply because they just... it's flukeable, really. So from what I know, once you get to 55, you're entering like easier territory, right? This is about the time in the level where it gets easier. It's still really hard, like obviously, as you can clearly tell by how well I'm performing with this. But it all is also just easier overall once you get into this region, because as you can tell, I am just making decently swift progress and making my way through this level rather quickly. Okay, so now we're into the very end of this, which is supposedly like a slow ship challenge, very similar to like something like Gloom, which is one of the hardest ship challenges in the game. We'll see. I kind of want to see how I fare with this level, or the end of this level rather, because this is more along the lines of like what I feel like I could do. I feel like I could probably do 71 to 100 on this level, like if I were to like try and do a run on this, which is not something I could say about most other top ones, is that I can actually do like a kind of significant run on it. I can do runs on Tartarus, which means it's not off the table that this is still harder than Tartarus. I'm just talking like in relation to like what I can do otherwise, and the fact that I could potentially be able to do some runs with this if given time. I'm uncertain whether or not I would be able to call this along the same lines as something like AOD or Firework, which are the other current top ones that are like in the works and are very close to being verified. So I don't know if this could match up with those, but if rated, would this be harder than current Tartarus? That's like my current trail of thought here. Would this be harder than Tartarus currently? But like straight flight corridors like this is like, they're hard, but I do kind of have like a hard time calling them like really hard, right? A lot of the ship part here is not like nearly as hard as I expected it to be, if that makes sense. It might just be me having like really high standards at this point when it comes to like ridiculous gameplay. But a lot of this does feel like with time and when you're like able to practice it properly, it does feel like this is very overcomable, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm underselling this quite a lot. It's still ridiculously hard. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing I can say that will prove otherwise. This is just a ridiculously hard level. But there are some of the gaps here and some of the things here that for a level to be this short and be top 1, I'm uncertain how I feel about it. Obviously, I'm not the best person to speak about this, as I'm not able and good enough to beat top 1s, but I will speak my mind on the fact that it feels like some of these things aren't as hard. I think the reason if this does go and get placed number 1, if it does end up getting rated, the 30-something waves, the waves that from like 20 to 45 is gonna be the reason why this ends up placing number 1, if it does get placed number 1. Because as of right now, there's nothing that like truly screams hardest level in the game to me, personally. Though the waves, the mini wave is just absolutely crazy. I will say as much. Okay. I don't know how to feel. I don't know. I genuinely have no clue how to feel. Like, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. I will never say otherwise. This is a ridiculously hard level, right? Like, insanely difficult. Let me just hop in here and check this out real fast. Okay, so this level is 1 minute on the mark. It's 7 seconds shorter than Acheron, which is another top 1 that's currently being verified. Acheron is not released yet, but this does feel significantly easier than Acheron does. Like, this beginning right here, the first cube, I don't find to be too hard. It's hard, it's difficult, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't feel all that bad in relation to a lot of other things that I've tried in other top 1s that I've covered. What truly makes this level like significantly hard or harder than a lot of things is this wave, for one, is pretty tough. Is not the hardest part. As you can see, there's a decent amount of room here. Even though it's a 4x speed wave, you do have a decent amount of room. I think this is where the level truly shines, the mini wave right here, because whew, if you cannot tell, oh boy, this wave is a doozy and a half. But if you take away this mini wave, once you get into the ship parts here, the ship parts are hard. They're very difficult. But for a 1 minute level, I do have a hard time calling it like a definitive top 1, simply because it's a hard. Is it really top 1 worthy hard? It's much shorter than a lot of the other levels that are being worked on. Acheron is 7 seconds longer than this, which is not significant. It's 10% longer, but Acheron is also significantly harder, at least in my opinion, for what little I've played. Obviously, I don't have like a really good say in this because I haven't played a lot of it. From what I've played, Acheron is, to me at least, probably significantly harder. I would probably have a harder time with this simply because of the long-ass wave section, that is this mini wave right here, as well as the wave before. But everything else, like these ship parts don't feel that bad. This wave isn't like super hard. This wave I can definitely see myself being able to do and pull off. I could probably be able to do 70 to 100 on this level, but it's just, if we're talking about the current system of levels, which is Tartarus, the Golden, and Sonic Wave Infinity, I don't know whether or not this would be harder than those. It probably could be. It very might well be harder than all of those. I have absolutely no idea. Before you say anything, do not guarantee this being a top 10. DICE has made 56 to 100, Paco has made 43 to 100 in one singular day since the level got verified. Keep that in mind. The level is really difficult. I'm very excited to see if it does get rated, and if it does get rated, I feel like it's a very safe within at least the top 5, if not top 3. and potentially even top 1. And if it is a top 1, congratulations to Ultracaua. Congratulations either way. This is a massive achievement. I'm very proud of it. Ultracaua is a very kind person. I was lucky enough to talk with him while I was doing Killbot. But yeah, go check out Ultracaua. The level's cool. After playing it a little bit for myself, I do appreciate the level a little bit more. I thought the video was a little bit dim when I watched the video initially, and I didn't like it that much. I really like the song. I like what it tries to do. So yeah, neat level overall. I'm excited to see where it goes. If it does get rated, cool. If it doesn't, I'm unsure. I'm not sure if levels will be rated purely because of the fact that it could potentially be a top 1. I'm honestly not certain whether or not this will be rated. I wouldn't put my money on it because while levels do have a tendency to get rated if they are potential top 1s, I'm not so sure about this, if I'm being completely real. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. You guys know the drill by now. Subscribe to Ultracaua. He's a fantastic player, really, really talented. And yeah, that's Arcturus. Interesting level. Very interesting level.